Major spoilers for Detroit Become Human and Bound. I enjoyed the story of Detroit Become Human quite a bit, but when I got to the big plot twist near the end of the game, where it's revealed that young Alice, Kara the android's human daughter figure, was in fact not human, and also an android, it was certainly unexpected. Well, apart from mild foreshadowing by Luther in the game that sort of made it suspicious.
Have you ever noticed anything about Alice?
Anyways, spending the game with Alice, protecting her as well as more quiet, compassionate moments of bonding, there was no doubt that Kara and the player, speaking for myself at least, had an intimate connection with her. For Kara in universe, it was an even more special connection, considering that she, up to that point, was thought human, and since human-android relations was one of the central themes of the game, their relationship was especially important to show a connection across the species was viable. So when we find out that she was never human at all, this of course throws everything for a loop. Kara herself is taken aback, but logically has no reason to hold her androidness against her. However, many players seem to respond negatively to the twist, believing it a twist for the sake of a twist, and that it invalidated their special relationship and the nature of their relationship between themselves and Alice. After all, we had already seen androids love androids. That wasn't a question. What made it unique was that human loved an android and vice versa. But suddenly, the uniqueness of the situation was taken away, and Luther asking Kara if she loved Alice any less was very strange. Why would an android love her less for being an android? Humans are the ones with android prejudice, after all. But what if I told you that this kept the theme intact, and in fact reinforced it? Luther was not talking to Kara. He was talking to the player. The goal of the twist was not to impact Kara's thoughts on Alice and the human-android relations, but you, us, the player. Having spent so much time with Alice intimately, Kara was not the only one to bond with her. So too did the player bond with her and grow to care about Alice's character, delivering many of the biggest emotional punches in the game. I think it's fair to say that most players grew to care about Alice, including I and those I later played with. But us, humans, love her under the pretense that she is like us, a human. When it's finally revealed to us then that Alice is in fact not like us, it is us and not Kara who's made to consider the nature of our relationship and our connection to her. When Luther asks,
What difference does it make? Do you love her any less now that you know she's one of us?
do you love her any less knowing that she's one of us? He's asking you. The nature of human-android relationship is, as I said, one of the core questions of the game, and through this we are truly made to confront that question the game has been asking for so long. Do you, the player, love Alice any less? How would you feel if this were real? Were androids a thing, does this reflect your actual real-life attitude you'd have towards them? Because after all, if you love her with not knowing she's an android, is it really any different than loving an android for what they are? After loving someone for so long, do you suddenly stop loving her because she bleeds blue? And though, in universe, it doesn't make complete sense, if at all, and its execution is handled a bit poorly, I admit, there is no way to properly handle it if you're going to speak directly to the audience. Clearly, while this could be treated differently, it does have a bigger impact than established fourth wall breaking main menu Chloe randomly asking if you're friends with no relationship at all to build up. So ultimately, it certainly isn't the best moment in gaming history, but it certainly provokes thought on the matter, and despite its execution, sometimes the artist must step outside of the art to speak directly to the audience. And while this has varying effects, the nature of art is not to be perfect, but to question one's outlook. And, to David Cage's credit, this made me question more realistically my actual outlook in relation to android love. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and if agree or disagree or just have something to say, pop in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe for more content. Or don't. Toodles.